The course that we are going to share with you today is what exactly is premature ejaculation, regarding the definition of PE, in traditional medicine. It is considered that ejaculation before the penis has been inserted into the vagina or when ejaculation occurs no more than 1 minute after intercourse is called PE. In sexology, it is called PE if there is more than a 50% chance of ejaculation before the woman reaches orgasm in the past 6 months or more of sexual intercourse. If we follow the definition of traditional medicine, most of us are probably normal, but according to the definition of PE in sexology, most of us become premature ejaculators. Isn't this quite a tangle? Who is in charge of this? There is an answer in each of our hearts, and the correct answer should depend on the satisfaction of both men and women. Let's take a look at the difference between medical and psychological criteria for PE. The medical definition does not consider the sexual satisfaction of women, but mainly from the perspective of the presence or absence of male fertility. If intercourse is too short, it will affect the function of reproduction, so there is a need to treat PE. It is necessary to state that most people in the early stages can conceive a woman as long as they can have a smooth erection and insert ejaculation. PE does not affect fertility. This is why when we go to the hospital to try to treat this problem of PE, we are often told that our body is not sick. We are told to go home and take care of the diagnosis ourselves. From the point of view of biological evolution, PE is an instinctive response of male animals, like rabbits, cows and sheep, horses, tigers, lions and most other animals. The speed of ejaculation is almost close to seconds, at most a few tens of seconds. In the natural environment of the weak and the strong, our ancestors had to demand an early end to mating to have better energy to protect their sexual partners from the beasts roaming around. In the era they lived in, sexual intercourse was only an act of reproduction of the next generation. There was no intentional sense of sexual pleasure. In the long evolutionary process, the gene of rapid ejaculation was therefore firmly inherited and then back to the past era. The world has long been in a patriarchal society, and men are not responsible for satisfying women. On the other hand, men exist to perpetuate their progeny or perform an act of pleasure. They are cool on the line, and will not be too concerned about whether or not to meet female expectations. So, in the past, no matter how many minutes a man can last was normal. The brain did not exist in the concept of PE. In modern society, as the marriage age continues to be postponed, premarital sex is common. New awareness is being raised. Women have a say in the quality of their sex lives and have more comparisons and choices. With the quick expansion of the internet, the normalization of one-night stands, dating, and other sexual conduct, the good old days of simply venting without expecting results are regarded over for males. As a result, PE sexual discord, which was previously humiliating to address, is now squarely on the table to be discussed. There is relevant information that proves more than 75% of men in sexual life are within 2 to 6 minutes to end ejaculation. At the same time, women generally need 8 to 15 minutes of intercourse stimulation time to reach orgasm. Nearly 80% of women don't know what an orgasm is all about. One of the most important reasons for this is that men have PE caused by the short duration of intercourse, so most men in modern times rely on instinct to make love, which is far from enough. If you want to make both men and women happy and satisfied, you must master the method of controlling the time of lovemaking, as well as the necessary new skills, which will also become a mandatory course for every adult man. And the definition of PE in sexology is not only based on the subjective satisfaction of women but also more humane. The idea of the first person after himself, first to bring women the enjoyment of orgasm, so that not only can meet the most basic physiological needs of men, that is, we say ejaculation, but also to meet the male needs of men to conquer women, enjoy the pleasure of bestowing women and spiritual enjoyment. This requirement is not a little harsh, but there is no way. The reality is always cruel. To conclude with our definition of PE, strictly speaking, PE should refer to the inability to control ejaculation. The key to PE is not whether we can hold on for a few minutes, but whether we can control the ejaculation time as we wish, cooperate with our sexual partner to reach orgasm smoothly, and end with ejaculation after both parties are satisfied. How about that? This is not a very high demand, but don't worry. The ability to control ejaculation is also a motor skill that can be mastered and improved through targeted exercise. You need to understand that PE is not a disease but a habit of ejaculating too quickly. In the next lesson, we will explain the real causes of rapid ejaculation. Thank you for your support and attention, and we'll see you in the next lesson.